On Call Podcast, your home for sports, news, pop culture, tech, and the obscure. And of course, your host, Michael Myers.
I've been drinking Kool and cameras like I did when I was 9. Cause I like to pretend that I haven't lost the time. In the end, the nostalgia, though it tastes fine, I can only drink a couple cause it feels like a lie. We play Halo and we'd lay low in our basement until the sun began to rise.
All right. How the hell are you guys? So, this is a little bit of an experiment. As of now, this is probably just going to be a private video for YouTube because I would like to share it with a couple of the people that I share OBS with. The guys over on Midwest Meltdown and Geek Freak, or the Geek Peak Pod, sorry. It's a learning process to do OBS, and we kind of all decided we're going to be doing a bit of video. So I'm a little quiet right now. The wife is sleeping right there next to me. You can't see her. She's working hard today. Working hard to clean up the kids' room. She is a pig. That kid of mine. And I'm seeing here on my little audio feed here, it looks like desktop audio is not coming through, but we're going to find out. It's audio input's working fine on everything, but it looks like OBS, so people are just going to have to let me know whether or not they're going to hear. I have a little music playing right there on the bottom. You can see it, Harris Heller. He does Alpha Gaming on YouTube. It's all free. You really can't beat it. Anyway. So desktop audio doesn't look like it's going to work, but that's, I mean, it's quite all right. People can't hear it, they'll hear it on the podcast. It's gathering it fine on Reaper. So just so you guys know that. Shit might not come through in certain parts. So like I hear this music playing nice and gentle in the background. If you're watching on YouTube, you might not see anything. But since it's a private video, doesn't much matter. But I'm here practicing a bunch of scenes. I think I have 5 or 6 active ones. I was really trying to hope that I could have a Spotify playlist in the background. But might not work. I don't know yet. Have some news stories, but since I'm going on call tomorrow, I wanted to at least make a little bit of content. I had an interview fall through today. I was pretty excited for. But that shit happens, you know, if you're doing a podcast and you're reaching out to people and trying to do an interview. It's not always going to work. Anyway, I'm 32 now. Feeling old some days. Kid is almost here. It's getting pretty exciting. Got to finish setting up the daughter's room. Got to move her fan because they had me put up a loft bed for her. Turns out loft beds get pretty close to the ceiling, and now she has to maneuver to try to not hit her body on the damn fan. Other than that, things pretty good. So, as I practice with these new little scenes here, I have a few stories. You know, we found out all these celebrities are making OnlyFans pages. And there's another celebrity. It looks like he's accidentally releasing dick pics out there. And not just any celebrity, like a current celebrity, not someone like Aaron Carter, who's a whole lot of nothing. But Chris Evans, Captain America. Released a dick pic. He had his story on Instagram, and while he was doing that, it had actually popped up in his little grid, and it looks like a bunch of people saved it. No one is immune to the dick pic, I guess, so the best thing you can do is don't take a dick pic. I mean, I've taken them. I think everyone at this point in 2020 has at least taken them. Except for the wife. She's not sent me any. That's okay. I'm still alive. So, he deleted it. Chrissy Teigen, you know, she's made comment on it how, what's worse? What's worse than just, it's just a dick pic. Bad things happen. They don't seem to be bothered by it. I didn't see the picture. Can't tell you if he's, you know, swinging a bat or playing a little light. I mean, that's he did also have another photo on there. That was like a funny meme with his picture in it. But oh well. I don't think he seems to be too bothered by it. And he made a post on Twitter after that saying that he was offline for a couple days. Anything happened? And other news, which I didn't even have loaded up. If you're a gamer, the new NVIDIA RTX 3080 came out today, and there's quite a bit of drama on Reddit because it looks like Best Buy, Newegg, a couple other like micro centers never actually listed it. It went from notify me when available to sold out. There was not a in between. And if that's the case, it looks like NVIDIA really bumbled the release, which from what I'm reading is it's what they do. They blow it. I'm hoping not. I mean, I just built mine, so obviously it doesn't really affect me at all for a couple of years. By the time I'm getting into new parts, it's not going to be the 3080 people are after. Mine's a 2060. If you're a gamer, 2060, it's nothing super spectacular, but it does the job. I feel kind of bad for the people that were really waiting for it and waiting for it and waiting for it, and then you just get screwed. And the markups on eBay, I mean, it's the most fairly priced graphics card I think ever. This one released at $799, I think, or $700, and on eBay today, people are listing their purchase for like $1,200. It's like, dude, the people that do that bot shit is just ridiculous. Just like the people do the shoes. The amount of times I've overpaid for shoes because I didn't get the bot is fucking infuriating. And I don't know what they're gonna do. They're gonna have to have a press release since it just released today. Well, the 17th. So whenever this released, it released on the 17th of September. They're going to have to do some PR repair on this. We can get rid of that story. And other news, if you're following politics. It looks like episodes of Joe Rogan's podcast that are right-leaning, apparently, are not being put on Spotify. People on Reddit are saying that's what they expected to happen, even though Joe said throughout, there's nothing to be changed. The exact JRE is going to be released. I'm thinking he knew that that wasn't the case. One never knows. It's a little weird doing this solo after having Lowell for so long. I got a lot of stuff to talk about, but it's hard when you don't have anyone to really bounce it off of. I'm no Bill Burr. See, I got my new hat here. I paused my game to be here. Now, speaking of Joe Rogan, word is, I'm not sure who initiated this, or if there's really a whole lot of facts to it, because it's so fucking outlandish. But Joe Rogan being the moderator in a debate between Donald Trump and Joe Biden, I can't believe that I just don't see that happening. I'm wondering if his ratings have gone down since he went to Spotify, but I'm not sure that he is the person to be running a debate. And I also read that Donald Trump decided he's not going to be even doing research to the debate with old Sleepy Joe. And that's why. Why would you not? You claim to be smarter and everything like that. Well, smart men do what they're supposed to do when they research. You're not going to win if you don't study. There's so many politics in the world. There's so many bills and what's coming up, current legislation, things they're waiting to vote on. He's had so much bad publicity since the pandemic. You can't run the risk of fucking up too bad on a debate, because I don't know how many are there going to be this election cycle. I think there's normally 6. I mean, I sent out my mail-in ballot. I'm ready. I applied for a mail-in ballot. I need to try to convince the wife to do it, but I'm not sure that's going to be something that's going to happen, but I'll try. So, obviously, this is a pretty small article because it's already going on back down, and that's okay. What do you guys think of a Joe Rogan moderated presidential debate? I'm curious how you feel about that. I mean, I'm all for it. I'm more likely to tune into that than, say, a regular debate with, say, Chris Wallace or any of the other popular Fox, MSNBC, CNN people. We're going to find out real soon. Now, speaking of the presidential debates and Sleepy Joe, he was really trying to be hip this past week. And a song that I think pretty much everyone on the fucking planet has heard. He played on the stand while being announced by a very popular hip hop artist. You all know Justin Bieber, right? Everyone knows Despacito. Everybody. Well, old Sleepy Joe was on there.
I just have one thing to say. Hang on here.
All right.
That's crazy. Guy decides to play Despacito on stage.
I'll tell you, my man. I tell you what, if I had the talent of any one of these people, I'd be.
That is fucking gnarly. I can't believe that he fucking did it. Oh, I see here. Look at that. Turn the music up a little bit and desktop audio picks it up. Guess I'll just have to turn it down here a little bit. That's weird. Looks like OBS is a lot more, a much higher floor for audio. I'm sure I can change that, but just so you guys know, it looks like if you're doing feed in on stuff, you're going to have to turn it up. But I can't run it that loud because you're not going to be able to hear nothing. That's gentle. Harris Heller, you do you, buddy. You're killing it. 336 songs for free for everybody who wants to use it. Onwards and upwards. Sleepy Joe, good job for trying to be hip again and fit in. I see he was up double digits in traditionally red demographics. You know, blue-haired white knuckle folks, old people, are looking more blue this year, according to some recent polls. But I've never been asked about a single poll, so I can't say how accurate they are because I've never even been asked. So I can't put a whole lot of credence on how accurate a fucking poll is. I'm guessing it's pretty inaccurate if I've never been asked about a single poll except for Twitter. And I was driving, I do home health nursing, and everywhere I drive, there is Trump stores opening up. There is roadside Trump stands. So I'm going to have to say that there's maybe more people are going to vote for Trump than previous. I don't know. I don't recall there being this much hostility in a election bid, especially considering he didn't even win the popular vote the first time he did it. And the bumbling of the pandemic, how? I don't understand. But we're going to find out. A couple months. I think November 17th. Go out and vote. You got to do it. But anyway, Sleepy Joe, down here in Florida, got introduced by Louis Fonzi. Popped on his phone and threw up some Despacito. Good for you, Sleepy Joe. I applaud you for your efforts. And in other gaming news, so Nicole, the wife, is finally coming around. And sometimes you just get really burnt out with nursing or frustrated by the whole thing going on. It's usually not the nursing aspect that you get sick of. It's the higher ups. Almost always. I mean, you get a bad patient now and again. Really, you really do, and that's okay. You treat them, and they're gone. They'll have another one here in no time flat. The issue is we work in a field that is so ever changing. Even if you get comfortable doing something, it's going to change in 5 minutes. So frustration with higher ups is always what's going to be. So she watches when I'm watching YouTube videos, and she finds out what some people make on streaming. I realize percentage of huge success, very little. But it's not. She kind of developed some faith in it. It's something that you can do it. It's something that I feel like if you truly commit and you're creating content and you're doing stuff, why not? If you commit and if you put together a good product, people will watch. She's kind of getting into it. She's almost ready to start game streaming if we ever get the high-speed internet in. But she's not a gamer, and she doesn't know what game to play. I found the game for her. Fall Guys. It's a pretty easy to learn game. It's a little weird. It came out in 2018, but during the pandemic, it blew up. I think July 2018 is when it was released, and it got huge July of 2020. And I just bought it and started playing it. It is tough. I've only made it to stage 3. I don't know how many stages there are before you win. But it's blowing up on stream, along with another game with people that look a lot like the Fall Guys, Among Us. That's it. So I'm going to have her give Fall Guys a shot. It is tough to qualify because they really weed you out. And it's not the most accurate between controls, things hitting you. Sometimes you get kind of caught in a little bit of a trap. Now, as this game has gotten huge, every time a game gets good, you're going to get cheaters. It's just nature of the beast. Turns out, people were streaming their gameplay of playing Fall Guys, and lo and behold, I found out that it came out that they're just cheaters. So they're streaming this level, surprised by it. Come to find out, they're broadcasting the fact that they're cheating. What's there's a meme, you played yourself. Yeah, the old DJ Khaled. I'm going to get better at it. I've been trying to do this Players Unknown Battlegrounds. Holy cripes. That's tough. It is so hard. Groups, solos, duos. I am not good. I'm trying, though. I am dreading going into call this weekend. I got a bad juju. I got bad vibes. It's going to be a rough one. A lot of late night starts. I can already feel it. I'm curious what you guys are watching. Granted, no one's probably going to be watching this, so they're not going to be able to tell me. What new has come out that is just getting your attention that you're digging? Now, I don't have a new series, but I do have a documentary. Class Action Park. I watched this, I think Tuesday. That is a good good documentary. There's some cussing in it, so if you're a little fragile, if you don't like the F-bomb, there's a streak in the middle where one of the guests describes how it was going to Class Action Park when he was younger, and he doesn't really hold back. But after seeing the rides, and I don't know who touched up this video, but the videos, like the home videos of this place, it's like 720p. I can't believe how good the videos look, and it just makes me really want to go and try. I've never done something like super extreme, and these slides look nuts. I did I'm from up north. We had a couple of water parks, the Dells, Wisconsin Dells. It's a bunch of parks and go-kart class tracks. Done those. And then there's a little water park that was real close to me. I forget. It was like Raging Waters or something. But this place had a loop, a water slide with a loop in it, and I'm sure it was dangerous considering all the accidents that people were experiencing. I'm guessing it was pretty rough. From teeth getting knocked out in the slide. I don't want to give too much away. There's a lot of people died while going to Class Action Park. There's a swindler. The dude that ran the place he was a swindler. He probably got what he deserved in the end. It is in New Jersey. I wonder how cold that water is. It talks about a bunch of springs being there, so I'm guessing it was cold as hell all the time. But this Chris Gethard, he was the guest who likes to cuss in it. But he's a good storyteller. Look at 95% positive reviews on it. I'm telling you, I got good taste. It is a really good documentary. It is only on HBO Max or HBO Go, HBO Now. I'm not sure if they're all connected yet. I know that was their plan. But on HBO, you can watch Class Action Park. There was a movie before it, if you recall, with Johnny Knoxville, which was Last Action Park, I think is what the name of the movie was. It was a good movie, but I'm a Knoxville fan. Oh, it doesn't even mention the... Let's see here. That's not it. Looks like I can't type. Oh, look at that. A jackass star died 6 days ago. Action Point. That's it. It's a decent movie. It's really only slightly based on the movie because I think in that movie he's just like a broke ass uncle. He's not. His background does not match the runner of the Class Action Park at all. Anyway, it's fall, so a lot of the new shows are coming back out. Old people watch their same game shows, but I want to give a big salute to Alex Trebek. He returned to Jeopardy this week. I think the 14th is what, and he's back. I don't know how you do it. Stage 4 pancreatic cancer. He's had it for a while, and he's still making episodes in the middle of a pandemic. No one can question homie's love of the game. If I had stage 4 cancer and a show I've been doing for 30 years, I'm not sure that I'd be back for another round. I do wish you had the mustache still. But we all salute you, Alex. Prognosis is poor in pancreatic cancer no matter what. Stage 4, I think fatality rate's like 95%. But I'm rooting for you. You're a true good Canadian. And other news of politics, sorry to be politics related. This was actually more of a question. The way Donald Trump's called everything fake news and everything. Say he loses the election, but he tries to null and void everything and he doesn't accept the results of the election. Is there anything that can happen? Can he refuse to leave office if he says that the election doesn't count? There is a chance he loses and disputes it. You know, I mean, he doesn't believe anything that he can watch his own videos of something he said and deny it the same day that he said it. Let's see. I'm curious to know. That's why I might just Google it. What happens if he refuses to leave? So I do know that Nancy Pelosi will then be acting president while disputes are worked out between the states. That's not it. I mean, the Guardian, that was kind of a shitty article, but if anyone really knows and can break it down for me, I'd be pretty appreciative because I'm curious because I don't know what happens. There has to, I'm sure there's safeguards preventing it. And it can't have been the first time that this has happened. I'm sure a president has tried to dispute it, so there has to be precedent. I'm just curious what happens. In other news, because in the last episode I talked about wanting to watch 7, I didn't get around to it. I'm disappointed in myself. I did get a couple of games of Fortnite in with my friend Tony, who, as we discussed, fell down on a Uber scooter. Talking about the American healthcare system. Do you want to guess what his hospital bill was at Tampa General? I'll wait. And I'm betting money that you're thinking low. His hospital bill for a couple of scans, five staples, and an unspecified amount of sutures because we didn't pull those out yet. But we pulled the staples out today. We as in literally, we pulled them out today. Because his hospital bill was so high, he offered to buy us dinner if we took his staples out. But his hospital bill was $17,000. $17,000. How? How is that a thing? He spent 4 hours in the waiting room. You're paying for waiting room time. That's all you're paying for. It's crazy. 17 grand. Couldn't believe it. Should have charged him more for dinner. Should have had him bring me filet. But the wife cleaned up his scabs, pulled the staples, and then I have to remove his sutures Sunday or so because he's still a little oozy. Didn't want to risk that splitting back open and having to go back for another $17,000 bill. Anyway, this is just a little what's up for y'all. I want to have one. I want to talk about Blockbuster and the rise and fall of that. That's coming up. I want to do a little more research because I've only got 3 web pages or so on it. It's been the On Call podcast. I'll release this sometime during my call week because I don't want it to be an empty week. This is a real spur of the moment one. A couple things that I wanted to talk to Lowell about. And you guys can think about it. Would you rather lose an arm or lose a leg? Anyway, it's been the On Call Podcast. Have a good night, y'all.
Thanks for listening to the On Call Podcast. Check us out on Twitter @OnCallPod. Interested in being a sponsor or want to be on the show? Drop us an email at oncallpod@gmail.com. For more info, go to oncallpod.com.